Silver and platinum absolutely dominated 2025, the best performing assets within the best performing asset class. We're going to take a look at those. Which one is a little bit more undervalued than the other? Which one has some more upside potential versus the other one? Plus, we'll take a look at gold. We'll take a look at 2026, what that might entail as well. If you're watching this on the replay, use the time codes below to go to your favorite part. But man, if you're watching live, you can skip this part if you want. But I don't think you want to, because you get to enjoy every single thing we do here at Good Morning Stackers with me, Joe Main, December the 23rd, 2025, a couple of days before Christmas. We're going to do a festive synchronized slurp. That's where you grab a tasty beverage. I grab my tasty beverage. We slurp them festively and synchronously together, whatever it is in your thing, whatever it is you're drinking it in, you slurp it with me now. It's the honor system. You must do it audibly. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, slurp. Go. Eggnog. Not really. Just my usual non-fluoridated water. I am Joe Main. Random dude on the internet with an Australian accent, don't you know, from Melbourne in Australia, coming out live on X, YouTube, and Facebook as well. Hopefully my internet lets me do it to all three, because it cut out the other day. I've been a stacker of precious metals since 2010. I've stacked crypto since 2013, and I do a bunch of different stuff, make content, and this is what I do. And I speak to the amazing Good Morning Stackers family. Here we go. A few shout outs. Again, just use the time codes to go to the bits you want to see. Do me a favor though, please, and thanks. As always, head over to x.com/it's Joe Main. I'm going live there right now. You watch me do this thing, because it helps me get all nice and trendy on that platform too. And we'll do some shout outs, peeps. Let's go. Who's here and what are we drinking? Should also join my Silver Investor Club from only $1 per month. Silver giveaways, specials, an amazing community. Hopefully, says Gerald Draper, hopefully the Prince of Platinum will show. Hello. Yes, fantastic. GMS, happy holidays. Up, up, and away. Look at that God candle on Platinum. It's just crazy, hey? Merry Christmas, Picnic. Merry Christmas to you, my friend. GMS says Chris Phipps from Portland, PDX. The, what is it? The what state? What kind of state? You know, it's like, you know, the something state. What's... I've got a few names. I could name Portland. I could give it a few interesting names. Portland, the state. But what's it technically? I'd like to know. Tell me, Chris. Morning, everyone, says Knackers O'Reilly. How will the silver market go next year? We're going to take a look at that very, very shortly. 4:30 p.m. here on a Monday. Yes, it is 9:30 a.m. here on a Tuesday. Come on. There we go. Got to fix that lighting. Nearly bedtime. Yeah, it is nearly bedtime for him. Morning, Joe and the gang. GMS. Merry morning, Stackers, says Jason Rosana. Good to see you, my friend. Jason's here too. Jason Ashworth. Where's Jason Ashworth? He's not here yet. Where's Jason? Slurping 5-week-old... Luke, sorry. Slurping 5-week-old bottled water behind the tractor seat. You're always behind the tractor seat. So Luke is part of the private Silver Investor Club. We do a private live stream on Fridays. And he's always like in his tractor. Like I don't never see you anywhere else other than your tractor. But 5-week-old bottle of water, yeah, no thanks. Good. Depends if it's been sitting in the sun or not. Anyway, let's go to some stuff of the day. Should I also tell you? Probably should. The show is brought to you by Perth Bullion Exchange, perthbullion.com.au, Mastering the Markets, masteringthemarkets.com, of which you know I'm doing their year-long comprehensive trading and market analysis course, and stormrake.com, full-service cryptocurrency brokerage. Yes, you still should be buying crypto here, dollar cost averaging into your favorite ones, particularly Bitcoin. Everyone should own some Bitcoin as part of their broader insurance policy, as they should with gold too. 5-10% of your portfolio, do it with Stormrake, stormrake.com. Sign up with my link though, because you'll get it for cheaper fees. Gerald says, we crypto bugs take naps. Fair enough. Let's take a look at silver and platinum in particular. You've clicked the time code and you've skipped all that wonderful stuff. Don't know why you did, but you did. Here is silver and platinum on the yearly time frames. Okay, priced in USD. Silver is at the top, platinum is at the bottom. Silver is 69, dude. 69 US dollars. Look at this. Look at them, both of them. I mean, this is on the yearly. Where's the wick? Where's the wick? Unless we are going to have a decent dip, and I mean like a $4, $5 kind of dip. Geez, no, I mean, even then, okay, I'm getting to a point here. I'm about to make a point. You are about to close a yearly candle, okay, really close to its top. And possibly, it could be really, really, really close, right? You would have to start coming down below, I'd say about $66, $65 in order for me to say, okay, that's a decent enough wick to say, I mean, look at that. That's a big wick, okay? You don't want the big wicks in the upward direction. You don't want that. You don't want that. Like even that, the following year had a decent rise. But you do something like, well, I mean, here's case in point, okay? Here in 1980, basically no wick, all right? January 1979, closed the year, had a massive move, right? $5, $6, so about a 380% move over here, right? $6 to like, what was that, $28. And then the following year, because like that candle, right? Look at this, it closed, where's the wick? There's no wick, buyers are in control of the market. Then the following part of the year, it went, okay? Then it did the same thing in 2010. Closed at around about $30, no wick whatsoever, right? Big spike. We are probably about to do a similar thing. Okay, now let me be clear, I don't think it tops out for the entire cycle. I mean, we're not just, I don't believe. Anything can happen, but I don't believe we do the following in the next year and go, and then it's just down, 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 down for the next number of years. We've just made new all-time highs. 45 years, cup and handle formation. This is on the linear scale. I can show you on the logarithmic as well. We're not just going to go and then again a few years down, but it is setting up for at least the first quarter to potentially first half-ish of 2026 to be explosive for silver and for platinum as well. So similar thing, big spikes like so. Here's platinum. I found a better chart, by the way. My previous platinum chart only went back to like 1997, and this is a more historical chart, takes it back to 1969. Okay, so a lot more data, which is good. It's always helpful. There you go, 1979, same thing, okay, and then a nice little spike, okay, beautiful spike. I don't want to see that I don't want to see, it was good to see the price get to that level, but I don't want to see that big spike in, preferably in 2026. But we have to be aware of that. And a similar thing, you had a big spike. So what's that? Tiny little wick close at $1,500. That was in 2007. Then we had that big move to $2,300. I'll do some individual stuff in a second, but just look at this. From like $950 to nearly all-time high territory. Let's take a look at them individually. All right, let me get rid of that, and let's start with silver. Okay, so silver, it is now above my $66 level, and it's, as long as it remains over there, I'm pretty confident. I mean, I'm very confident for at least, again, the first quarter to first half-ish, roughly, of 2026. I'm now lifting my target. So we did get past that first 66 target, and it looks like we're going to close above it. Again, we've got 8 days. Yeah. Okay, let me show you on the logarithmic and the linear. Okay, actually, I'll go back to the linear. We sailed through here, that 66 level. I did say watch out for there, just in case, because it's the 2.618 from the bottom of the wave one, so the very bottom of the silver price in 2020, okay, to the top of wave one, to the bottom of wave two, so 1, 2, and that's, you get these extension levels, and we did find not even really, just the tiniest bit of resistance there. So it's basically sailed through that first mark of the 2.618, which leads me to believe then there's 2 more targets. I'd been talking about them previously, and they were 66, okay, then it was 82, and then 96, okay. So we're coming up next on the logarithmic scale In 2026, this is not going to happen in the next, I don't think this is going to happen in the next 7 days or 8 days. Stranger things have happened in the big cities, so you never know, okay? But my next target here is at $82. So clearly, that $66 mark seems to be very much taken out. We could still hover around here, I guess. But my bias now is to that 82, and it's anywhere between that 82 to 96. I know it's a large kind of zone. So what's that, like a $14 zone? I get it. But this is for me talking in 2026, okay? Roughly the February to April kind of time frame. And that does line up very well with like that roughly that $100 triple digits by next year. Absolutely doable. So that's the logarithmic. And then you've got the linear, which, I mean, it's looking really good, I gotta say. It would not surprise me at all. I wouldn't freak out and go, holy, silver's at triple digits in 2026. It's actually really quite doable. I'm just going to remain somewhat conservative and say somewhere between that 82 to 96 area. Let me know in the comments what you think it will do in 2026 before we have what? The larger dip, a larger consolidation, which we will have, because again, it's that wave 4 thing, okay? Markets go in phases. They go in an accumulation, public participation, and an excess phase. I'm just letting you know this in case you're a new subscriber or a new watcher watching right now. That's how markets move. They go in 3 main phases, which align with 5 waves, okay? So they go like this: an accumulation phase, then a dip. So that's wave 1, that's wave 2. Public participation, where it's kind of like this is like the real smart money is in here. Okay, the people buying down here at the COVID lows of March 2020, the real smart people going, oh, holy crap, silver is in a real discount. Okay, so these are the accumulators, right? Smart money. Then you get the dip. And the dip comes because people go, it's just another blip along the way. We're probably still going to go lower. And then when it does this, then the public come in and go, oh, it wasn't just a flash in the pan. Okay. I think there's something going on. Oh my God, look, the previous all-time high is just right here. Guys, we're going to, it's 45-year cup and handle. And that's why you're seeing not everyone, but you're seeing a lot of people pile in right now. Okay. This is the wave 3 top. We don't know where it will top at, but it will top eventually. And then you get the 1, 2, 3. Then you get the pullback. I don't know where that comes from. Does it come from 82? Does it come from, say, 96, for example? So do we get all the way up to here first? Yeah, quite possibly. All right, around about triple digits. It'll be quite psychological, yeah. And then you will get that wave 4 pullback. That will take you into potentially 2027. So that's why I say, again, first half of 2026, we're going to continue the pump for silver, and then we're going to get a longer drawn out, consolidation down to where I don't know. For how long, I don't know. Okay, but you are going to get that. Okay, so just watch out. If you're piling into silver right now, as I've been saying, don't expect to triple your money. Don't even expect to double your money from here next year. Okay, you're buying now for the longer term, because you will get this thing, then you get that, and then you get the big wave 5 excess phase, and that's where you thought the public participation phase was good, and lots of people are chiming in or getting into buying. Wait till you experience an excess phase. That's where, as I say every time, every man and his dog is getting into silver and the precious metals. Okay, and that takes you out to your 2030 kind of time frame, where I think minimum $200, although I may have to change that, because as the way the price is moving at the moment, I mean, if we top out in 2026 at $100 triple digits, we're not just going to double in 2030. We'll be going into your multiple triple digits. Okay, and I'm talking about $700 silver, all that kind of stuff. But anyway, that's what's happening. 2026, first quarter to first half, higher prices coming, almost guaranteed. I mean, again, we would have to really start tanking from here in the next 8 days and head back down to maybe like your sub $60 mark. and we're not going to do that in 8 days. So it's looking really, really positive for 2026, at least, again, that first part of it. So that's silver. Silver was up 130%, I think, 140% for the year. Get your comments in as well. There you go. Silver, 137% for the year. You think that's a lot, but again, go back to 1979. Look at that. That's 370%. So really, this isn't a massive move. I mean, if you're experiencing this for the first time, it feels really massive, doesn't it? It's really not. Okay, that's where we've got a lot to go. Let's see, that is silver. Let's take a look at platinum. In about 13 minutes, the market is going to open as well, and I think you're going to see some stocks on the Australian stock market do quite well, like your miners, etc. Here is platinum on the yearly time frame price in USD. We're over $2,000 for platinum in US dollars. $2,120. This just happened. What an explosive move for platinum. Okay, why were we so confident for it? That's XPT. I want the platinum one. I want this one. Sorry. Where's my P for platinum? Oh, okay, that's why. Give me a second. Platinum. That's the one. And I need to make that green. And then I'll do you. Then I'll do you. And then I'll find you there. Here's this newish one. Okay. So this is platinum going all the way back to 1969. Okay. It gives you a little bit more perspective, doesn't it? Okay. I think it actually adds to it. So there's again XPT. It looks like that's just, shooting for the moon. Although when you go back, it does give you a bit more perspective, and I like that. Okay, you can see very easily how much platinum has left to go, and of course, gold's made new all-time high, silver's made a new all-time high, platinum is about to, and you know what? I've been talking about platinum for a long time. I've been talking about platinum down here in this 800. We were talking about, remember? Let's do a quick remember. Remember we were talking about the best buy zone? Remember that? It was 750 to 900 US dollars, and then we kind of butted up against that 900 US dollar mark, and I said, well, look, technically we touched the top end of that best buy zone at 900. As long as if we start breaking through $1,000, you're going to be looking really good for platinum. We started breaking through $1,000, and it's just gone. Okay, really good. The fact that I'll show you on let me get rid of this one for a second. The fact that from here and here on the Fibonacci, we had broken through, and this was the big kicker for this year. When we broke through this $1,350 area, okay, through there, the zag zone, right? We got through there, and this is the normal expected resistance zone. It acted as resistance once before. It failed to act, which is a good thing. It failed to act as resistance again. After a big move from there to there, you can retrace normally 1/3 to 2/3 of the move. That's about 1/3, roughly. That's about 2/3. Don't get technical with me. 1/3 to 2/3 of the move. After it starts breaking through the 2/3, you start to think, or the market starts to think, oh, hang on. That's not just a correction, okay? You get to there and you go, okay, I'll back down. Okay. You do that. That is one of the most ultra bullish moves ever, where you go frunk, funk, and then break it through the zag zone. That was absolutely the key to say, okay, new all-time high coming really soon for platinum. I didn't think it'd come as soon as it has, though, and it's almost about to. I mean, I'd say, where are we? You could actually, in the next 8 days, you could actually make a new all-time high for platinum. I wouldn't put it past it. In the next 8 days, you could hit that next week. Yeah, next week you could do it. Easy. Oh, the Christmas and stuff. Maybe it won't. But anyway, 2026 looks absolutely, I was about to swear then, absolutely phenomenal for platinum. My next major level to watch out for, I have 2 levels. And it's somewhere between, just so you know, we're going to break the all-time high really soon. Okay, that's coming easily. If not this year, it's coming next year. And very soon next year. I've got 2 levels to watch out for. Watch out for here at 2,845. That'll be an area to watch after the previous all-time high. and 3,300 US dollars. Why did I do that? Don't know. So, and it's based on Fibonacci extensions, both on the linear and the logarithmic time scale, logarithmic scales, and I don't know which one it'll do. Which one do I prefer? I don't know. The market will tell us which one it prefers. Cool. So if I pop that in, let me just do a little zone here. What did I say? 28. What was it? 28.45 roughly to 3,300, was it? Let me do, if I do that, and then I can do that. There you go. There's your expected resistance zone. I'll pop that in for you, shall I? Expected resistance. Somewhere between there. Cool. And I'll pop you in the top and the center on the inside, in the center. That's your expected resistance between $28.50 and $3,300. So just watch out for around about there. Of course, it could sail through, but we'll just have to see what the indicators are doing, etc. At the moment, though, on the quarterly time frame, platinum. Again, I want to show you this. Look at the relative strength index on the yearly time frame for platinum, and look at it for. We're going to get to gold in just a second. Look at it versus silver. So silver is in its overbought kind of area, a long way to go, though, way long way to go. But look at platinum, hasn't even touched into overbought yet. Okay, it's got so much to go, and versus silver as well. Quickly show you the platinum to silver ratio. I still do believe that silver will remain as the king, platinum is the queen, and gold, sorry gold, you are the joker, total joker at the moment, or the jester. Even though it's done really well, it's been up about 70%. We'll get to that in a second. Silver, gold, sorry, platinum versus silver. Here is platinum versus silver on the yearly time frame. Okay, so this is a ratio number. As this is going up, platinum's outperforming silver. As it's going down, silver is outperforming platinum. You're at key levels, as I always say, but it is a key. It is very key level. Here's a massive support zone which you've broken through. Once we get back above there, I will say it's potentially platinum's time to outperform silver massively. We have done it recently. That's a beautiful candle. Okay, this is really bullish for platinum versus silver, at least possibly in the first quarter to first half of 2026. That's a really bullish candle. Why? Well, it's in the opposite direction of the other ways that we talk about. We don't want big spikes in the upward direction. Okay, so sellers are in control of the market. You want, well, if you want platinum to outperform silver, you want to see lovely spikes like that to the downside, because it says it went down to here, but the buyers went, no thanks, okay, sucking up all that platinum versus silver. I can't say yet until you've heard a change of market structure. We're not there yet, but there's a real good potential that platinum could outperform silver. It might do it at some point, but if I go from here and here, there's a couple of key areas we need to get through. Okay, so you should be buying silver. You should also be buying platinum. Should you be buying gold for insurance, insurance policy purposes? But gold's not the place to be. It is silver and platinum. Right here, you have to start getting through this zone here, and I'll say on this ratio number. Now, you can pop this into TradingView. You can download. You can, be a member of TradingView. You can have a free account and all that, and watch all this stuff. Or you can just subscribe to me, and I'll watch the ratios for you. But platinum will start outperforming silver massively if it starts getting through this level right there. That's at 33.8. Get through there. Okay, then we'll start talking, oh shit, okay, maybe platinum's going to even kill silver, while silver's still doing massively well in 2026. Again, that first quarter to first half of 2026. Watch out for that. But anywhere in between now and there, you've got to watch out for a turnaround. Okay, what you would not want to see, if you want silver to dominate platinum, if you don't own any platinum, you're like, I hate this silver, I hate platinum, platinum sucks. What you would want to see is some kind of rejection anywhere up to there, right? And then get back below there. Then you can say, okay, look, silver is still the king and it's going to be for a while. Okay, but if you start doing something like this and you break through there, you would want to have a think about having at least a portion of your precious metals as platinum. Okay, so just watch out for that. That is the platinum and the silver. We've spent nearly half the show on that, but I tell you what, they have absolutely dominated 2025 and will continue to do so in 2026 again for that first part of it at least. Let's take a look at gold quickly. Poor gold. Isn't this strange, right? Gold's just made a brand new all-time high, as I said it would. And look, many other people were suggesting the same thing, so it's not like, oh, good on you, Joe. But I did say, and it was true, that while we remained above that $4,200 level, okay, hold above, new all-time high coming very, very soon, okay? And then we just did it. Good, all right. New all-time high for gold. Slow clap. Isn't that weird? Because silver and platinum have absolutely killed gold recently. So great for all the gold holders, but geez, you wouldn't want to be holding it right now other than the stuff you've already got. You don't want to swap your gold for silver. You don't have to do all that. But new investable assets, geez, if it's not your safe haven insurance policy money, okay, again, 5 to 10% of your portfolio should be in gold no matter what gold is doing because you just have it, okay? You hold it in your hands if you don't own it. If you don't hold it, you don't own it, that kind of thing, for emergencies or whatever you need. It's great to see new all-time highs. It's just, man, it just kind of feels a bit like, and isn't that great to say? So let's take a look at gold for the year, up 70%. Well, silver and platinum have doubled that, okay? But it's still great to see. It's amazing. But just bear in mind, gold is the one that goes first, then silver goes, then platinum goes, okay? Gold will be doing the same thing. It'll do well in 2026, the first quarter, first half, etc. But it too will have its sort of wave 4 kind of pullback like silver and platinum will too. So just be aware of that. So that's gold looking great for, again, 2026, but I don't see it potentially outperforming silver and platinum unless, excuse me, I'll just do that. My alerts have just gone off. The market's open. We'll take a look at that in a second. Unless we find something like the following, and here's the gold to silver ratio, absolutely tanking. All right, as this is going down, it's much better to be in silver. We are coming to a little support zone, and I don't expect this to just do the following. This is again on the yearly time frame. Actually, we'll probably have to go to the quarterly at least. Let me go to the quarterly. I don't expect the following. I could be wrong here, but I don't expect it just goes another red quarter, another red quarter, another red quarter. I do believe we have some kind of bounce, all right? What goes up must come down. What goes down, right, must come up for a bit. I am expecting something like a little bit of a bounce there. Could be wrong, but, you know, over the longer term, it's going to be much, much better to be in silver and platinum. And look at that. Gold to silver ratio absolutely tanking over the longer term. We are going to go to that 50 level, and then in the massive silver overshoot, then you'll get into this zone here, possibly into this zone here, but we'll talk about that if we get there. Many people we can think it can go that low, but we'll see. Is that all the precious metals I wanted to do? I think so. Copper. Oh, by the way, copper, sleeping giant. And you should really, really take a look at it. So let's take a look at copper and see how that has done. Give me a second. If there's one to watch in 2026, I'd be really looking at copper as well. How did it fare in 2025? How far up did it go? It went up 48%. Okay. Do you think... Here's a question for you, and it's obvious it is a rhetorical question because obviously the answer is no. But do you think after ranging between approximately about $1.50 and roughly $4 for what, 15, no, that's 16, 17 years, after finally, look at this, on the yearly time frame, just bear this in mind for copper, okay? It has never, ever closed a year above $4.50, okay? This will be the first year in history that copper closes any year above $4.50, and it's probably going to do it above that $5 mark as well. Do you think In 2026, it just goes like this. Nope, it does not. Unless there's some maybe large economic downturn, okay, which slows down the economy. There's a possibility, okay, but just from a technical perspective, I don't think you're going to close this year around about here and then just, do that. It looks good for copper again in the first quarter to first half, okay, of 2026. So watch for copper as well. It can potentially have more explosive moves against silver and platinum. Could copper be the absolute superstar of 2026? Well, let's take a look at the copper to platinum ratio and the copper to silver ratio very quickly. Do I have a copper to platinum ratio? Oh, I do. Here is copper to silver ratio. It's getting creamed, okay? Totally getting creamed by it. So you can't say in any way yet that it is in any kind of bull market, although you are getting to a really good bottoming area. It just hasn't confirmed any kind of reversal just yet. Nowhere near it. Okay. But I will note the copper to silver ratio is an extremely undervalued, extremely oversold area, and it's never been this oversold this goes back to 1999. So there's probably longer history. There would be longer history, but it hasn't been this oversold for a very long time. It will tick around eventually. We just don't know when. Okay, so really do watch out for copper. And the really big signal for copper versus silver, will be when it gets back up through this blue zone. Okay. Once it does that, that says, okay, support. Okay, a break. Why are you breaking? You're breaking to continue the trend or to fake out and then head back up. You do something like this, dirt. Wow, you're back in this normal zone. Bullish for copper versus silver. Okay, and out of interest, let's look at copper versus platinum. Can't believe I actually had one. Copper versus platinum, also getting creamed by platinum. Okay, so copper is losing out to both. So maybe platinum will continue, but yeah, it wouldn't be until you got back above this zone right here, do something like that. Then you'd go, ooh, copper versus platinum and silver. But just do watch out for it, okay? Because it will turn around eventually. And you might want to diversify. So that's copper. Yeah. I've got a lot of comments to do now. And of course, before we get to that, when you are ready to buy any kind of physical precious metal, if that's gold and silver in particular, you really should be buying from Perth Bullion Exchange, perthbullion.com.au. They are the best bullion dealer in all of Australia. Not joking. Worked for 3 of the major ones. You know who I worked for. I've said it a million times before. And they do it the best. Free shipping when you have 20 or more items in your shopping cart. Yeah, free shipping Australia-wide, sign-on delivery, express delivery, insured, all that stuff. But you don't pay for it because why wouldn't you? No other bullion dealer. Nah, that is a lie. There is one other bullion dealer that does free shipping now, but they copied Perth Bullion Exchange, and they're a really small dealer. Okay, so buy from the big guy, and I think their deal isn't the same. I don't think it's express, but I don't want to poo-poo another company, but I just know the Perth Bullion Exchange, perthbullion.com.au, are doing it the best of any bullion dealer at the moment. So head over there. Great range, great prices. They price match as well. And with the free shipping, man, you just can't go wrong. perthbullion.com.au. Let's get to some comments. And then we'll do a little bit of, we'll take a quick look at maybe some Bitcoin and some crypto just to see where we've been in 2025, where we might be able to go in 2026. Comments. Great to see a lot of people watching. Oh, we do have a lot of people watching. That's great to see. Lots of comments too. Let's see. Good, strong farmer boy, our Luke is. Yes, that's right. Slurping warm I could not think of anything worse than drinking warm soda water. Other than warm, flat soda water. So then you're just drinking water. Don't you hate that feeling? Don't you hate that feeling when you open a bottle of soda water and you're like, it's been open for a few days, so it's like half full, and you're like, is it going to be bubbly or not? And then you try it and it's like, no. Beautiful scented candles from Silver. Oh, scented candles. Yeah, the big wicks. Yeah, gotcha. GMS the Mando Dad, crack a year. Merry Silver Xmas. Joe, yes, Merry Christmas to everyone. What days does Silver trade leading up to the new year? I think it closes Christmas Eve. You know what? Let's just find out. Let's just find out from Mr. Grocky. Let's Grok tell us. Tell what days are the... Shut up, kids. What days are the precious metals markets open over the Xmas and New Year period? Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second while Grok does that. No, that wasn't me telling my kids to shut up. Let's see. Get that going. We'll get... come on. Where's the light? Okay, let's see. Where are we? Let's share that screen again. So, precious metals markets over Christmas and New Year's. Future electronic... Okay. Likely early close, so December 24th, closed all day for... normal hours from Boxing Day. So, part of December the 24th, and of course of all of Christmas, but then normal hours from the 26th until, obviously, where are we? Early close on the 31st, and then January 1st. Yeah, so kind of the normal ones. Okay, so that's your answer there for that one. Let me just fix this. Lighting sucks, man. Sorry guys, trying to fix that lighting. No, doesn't want me to do it. Okay, whatever, that's fine. Let's see. Ooh, yeah, what a Christmas present today has been. Absolutely, sounds good. Oregon is the... Is it really? Oregon is the beaver state. Cool. All right. I think there is a Christmas... you think there is a Christmas dip, then it'll go upwards towards... Woo, my platinum bar made gains this year. Absolutely. No platinum here, says Albert Cross. My dealer rarely has it. Yeah, they'll probably offer a poor buyback. That's the only problem with physical platinum. If you're going to get into platinum, probably looking at one of the big miners like SPSW, Sibanye-Stillwater, etc., which has done quite well. Speaking of... What the blazes? What's that? That was weird. Speaking of, let's take a quick look at the market open. The market is open. I just want to see what some stuff has done. Are we up or are we down? Oh, yeah, we're a little bit up for the day. That's good. I'll share the screen. I just want to see what some of my portfolio has done. Do you mind if you go along that journey with me? Let's see what's up for the day and what's down for the day. So anything in yellow, it's never perfect, but anything in yellow, I'm in. Okay. Oh, there's not a lot that's up today. So RR1. What is this? Reach Resources Limited. Okay, that's nothing major. E25, which is uranium. Oh, that's up 10%. Not bad. EL8. Oh, no, elevates uranium. Pod. Lovely. Pod. Podium Minerals. This is to do with platinum group metals. Is up 7%. Lovely. Good to see, whatever that is. SBSW, so Sibanye-Stillwater, was up 6% overnight, okay, because it's lists on the New York Stock Exchange, okay, so that's overnight, so that did well. A few things are up this morning, but nothing's gone absolutely crazy. HCH, which is Hot Chili Limited, is a copper miner play that's currently above previous resistance, which is looking really good. It's through that zone there, which is really nice to see. Uranium was up a little bit overnight. I'm surprised that Zim right here, so this is Zimplat's Metals. I'm surprised it's not up further today. So it's only up like less than 1%. Okay, when platinum's gone crazy, so it's a platinum-based thing. Okay, I've got a few things down today. Okay, there you go. That's the market open. Let's see. Let's go back and do some more comments. Bit of crypto and stuff talk. Platinum is 2,123. I know it's going to break the all-time high really, really soon. I don't have time for all these comments. I would love if anyone would like to, comment with super chats, etc. That always helps the show. And you will get preference for reading out your comments as well. And I'm probably not going to be able to read all of these. Okay. Hey, he's here. Where's this Space Miner here? GMS. Space Miner. Merry Christmas, my friend. It is good to see Space Miner. Hey, Space Miner. I'll send you an email. Guess what? Space Miner and I are going to have a good old conversation about crystallized osmium in 2026. And I'm really sorry, Space Miner. I apologize that we're not getting to this stuff. Been a busy time and things go on the back burner. My apologies. So Space Miner invests in crystallized osmium. Could be a big thing, okay? And it's like in physical crystallized osmium. It's a whole little subset. A lot of enthusiasts, and Space Miner's like the head of the enthusiast club in that. So I'll speak to him next year about it. Sorry, Space Miner. Let's take a quick look. We may as well. I think we should take a quick look at crypto and Bitcoin in general, because you absolutely should be dollar cost averaging into Bitcoin at least. And if you're going to do that via Stormrake, stormrake.com. They're a full service cryptocurrency brokerage. You pay a 3% fee with no hidden fees for the privilege of them doing it for you. There's like an old school broker. You give them a call. You speak to here's Bisha, right? He's the COO of Stormrake, and he's also one of the brokers. You can literally call and speak to Bisha and say, hey, I want 20 grand of Bitcoin. I want $1,000 of Bitcoin. I don't think there's a minimum as far as I'm aware. And they'll go, cool, I'll handle it for you. You can send them an email, you can jump in their live chat, and that's the way you buy crypto, through a full service brokerage. You're not pushing buttons and joining exchanges and giving over your ID and all this kind of stuff, right? There'll be, ID requirements and all that kind of stuff for Stormrake too, right? But they're doing it all for you. Now, they can send the crypto to a nominated address. You can hold it yourself, or if you want to do custody, if you want them to do custody for you, they can do cold wallets, hot wallets, all that kind of stuff, right? They handle it all for you. Particularly if you're a novice into crypto. Now, they'll charge a 3% fee, but if you sign up with my thing, I'll put a link somewhere after the show, 33% discount for the lifetime of the account. You only pay 2% brokerage fees, which is on par with like Coinbase when you take into account their hidden fees, which they have. And except you don't have to push any buttons. You talk to a human, they do it all for you. stormrake.com. We'll go to Bitcoin and crypto. Let's go to BTC. See where we are in 2025. Ooh, yowza. All right, so here is, now as I say, you should be dollar cost averaging into Bitcoin, because what goes up must come down. This is following currently. Let's see. Let me put it on the logarithmic scale, I think is probably the better idea. It's actually currently not following the 4-year cycle. Why? Well, it is and it's not. Okay, it is and it's not. It just seems like it's not going to be closing the year in the green. Okay, and that's actually going to be the first time since Bitcoin's history that Bitcoin's not going to have that third year closing in the green unless, right? This could be a big deal. Okay, unless we pump anything's possible in Bitcoin, to be honest. So yes, you could pump in this Santa rally. You could pump higher than the open. We opened at $93,347 on the Bitstamp exchange price. Yeah, you could pump $5,000 in 8 days. It's actually very doable for crypto. But yeah, again, look, see on the yearly, what normally happens, again, since that, so where's that? There's the 2013. I'm going to have to go to, is that 2011? I need to go to the index price, actually. Index price. That's a little bit better. So what happens? Here's 2009. Okay, that's like a penny, right? Then you had that first big move. And then since then, every year, you've had 3 up. You've had 3 years up, 1 year back. 3 years green, 1 year red. Okay, so from 2015, 15, 16, and 17, green years. The following year, a red year. 19, 20, 21, green years. Then you top out, then the red year. Here we're going 23, 24, 20. Ooh, Something's diverging here. Something's doing something different. Okay. Again, you could pump $5,000, sure, in the next couple of days. You could end green, but it's not a big solid green end. Okay. Does look like the cycle is done at the moment for Bitcoin. Okay. Could be wrong. Could be totally wrong. It's not until really on the monthly time frame you start closing below about $75,000. Can you ultimately say that we're now making successive lower highs and lower lows on the monthly time frame, and that's a bearish change of market structure on the monthly? However, you've already done it on the weekly, right? You're making weekly lower lows. We might print a lower high here. That's actually quite normal, would be to pump back up into this area here as I've drawn, and then that's your you're making lower lows, then lower highs. Okay, so not good at the moment for Bitcoin. For the shorter term, let's have a look at 2026. 2026 would suggest that it will be a downward year for Bitcoin. Okay, just based on previous history. This could be the greatest opportunity to load up at lower prices, because I don't see it's going to tick over into, $3,000, $1,000. We're going back to, $10 Bitcoin, okay? I do think it will continue to step up over the longer term. I do personally see $1 million Bitcoin eventually. Institutions are adopting it more and more and more, blockchain technology, all that shit you've heard, a million times from other people. It's just, the price hasn't done preferably what others wanted to see it do. Okay, we did make a new all-time high though. Okay, which was good. Made a new all-time high. It was just coming off bearish divergence. And what is bearish divergence? That's where you have successive higher highs. Again, this is on the monthly, but then lower highs on the indicators, the relative strength index being one of them. It was showing massive bearish divergence on the monthly. It topped out on the exact day. Again, it was October the 6th, I think it was, which was that calculation that other people have done based on previous history. They said, if history repeats exactly, October the 6th is the day it will top out. On October the 6th, it topped out exactly at like 126,000. Funny how that works, isn't it? So, yeah, not good at the moment. I could see a move back up into this area, but I think that will be short-lived, and I think that you will see very likely lower prices from here. Watch out for that 75,000. If that gets broken, then watch out for your 50, 60 kind of thousand area. Okay, would be a great opportunity though to do dollar cost average into it. That's Bitcoin until it, as I said, until you start breaking and holding above $110,000 roughly. The cycle is done, okay? And then you will not see any new all-time highs for Bitcoin anytime soon unless you do that. And then I'll say, oh, crap, okay, 2026 looks like you'll get a new all-time high for Bitcoin. Not happening at the moment. Cool. Dollar cost average in, though, because the pump will eventually occur. Imagine averaging down as the price is going down, okay? And then it bottoms out and then onwards and upwards again later on in the future. That would be great, wouldn't it? Again, 5 to 10% of your portfolio in Bitcoin. I'd say probably more 5% Bitcoin, 5% gold, and then do the 90% in your other things that are outperforming, like your silver, your platinum, copper, and all your other kind of commodities at the moment. Let's see. That's Bitcoin, general Bitcoin. Let's take a quick look at the others market. No real point, but let's take a quick look anyway. Others being the altcoin market minus the top 10. We are currently sitting at 198 billion. It is finding resistance at where is it finding? Oh, where is it? Oh, on that extension level. Okay, so it's finding resistance around about that $200 billion level. Not a lot to say. It's in a successive downward movement. Lower highs, lower lows on the daily. Lower highs, lower lows on the weekly. Yeah, you might get a turnaround here. Again, that's not surprising. Have a bit of a relief rally, and then it'll probably form, in my opinion, a lower high and then probably tick over. Could be wrong. If you start doing that, golden. I'll be back in crypto like nobody's business. That would make it a bullish change of market structure on the weekly time frame. But just because it goes up doesn't mean it's going to continue to go up. This could just be a correction and then heads back down. It's not until you do that and you break there, that is your signal. So there is no signal at the moment to be in crypto for the longer term. There might be a signal for a bit of a relief rally, but that's all it is at this stage. Okay, if you want to play that, hey, play that. Sure. But other than that, no bueno for the crypto for the longer term until proven otherwise. But yeah, dollar cost average into Bitcoin. Maybe Ethereum too. Yeah. Final questions. Any questions, comments, queries? And I will take some chart requests if we have the time. Space Miner says, Gerald was fooling around with old paper, found old keys, opened it up and found a bunch of XRP I bought. Oh, sorry. You're telling Gerald this story. So, Space Miner, you were fooling around with old paper, found old keys, opened it up, found a bunch of XRP you bought years ago. You were stoked. Let's just say XRP used to be easier to buy. It was oh, wow. Good on you, man. Isn't that great when it's like finding $50 in your pocket, but much better. That's great, man. It's the afternoon in Southern California. Good old Southern California, where it basically never rains at all. You almost don't want me to email you because you're growing fond of hearing you say it. Yeah, what's that called? What's that called again? You're getting what's the word? I can't think of it. You're getting accustomed to your kidnapper. I forgot what's that term called. I was going to say Munchausen's, but it's not Munchausen's. That's something different. Gold rips once more. Woohoo! Yeah. When's Ricky getting the platinum? Yes. I don't know when he's going to get physical platinum. Again, it's kind of harder to get at the moment. Yes, exactly, Neil. Platinum has not even hit its lazy all-time high. And it will too. Absolutely will. Okay. Luke says, what is your non-financial advice on a silver miner you recommend buying? Great question. Let's take a look at them, shall we? This is assuming that if I were recommending, and I'm not saying if I were recommending anyone buy silver mining stocks today, that's begging the question. But if I were, what would I suggest? Okay, sure. What would I say? What would I buy? Well, I can tell you actually what I bought. So I'll tell you what I did buy. Let's just see. I bought SVL the other day. Could this be a wrong trade? Yeah, could. I'm currently down on the position, but only by a tiny little bit. So I bought SVL. So this is Silver Mines Limited. I bought it on this little break right here. Now we are down, but I bought it on this break right there of 23 cents. So we're actually down a tiny bit, but I've got my stop loss in. I think that we do continue onwards and upwards with SVL. I've got a target up here of, this is my short-term trading target, up here of $1, around about $1, okay, is very doable. Let me get rid of that so you can't see that. They can see that all a little bit better. So this is SVL, Silver Mines Limited, listed on the Australian Stock Exchange. SVL, from a fundamental perspective, isn't as good as others. Okay, there are others that are better fundamentally, and this is according not to me, this is according to the experts in fundamental analysis. For example, Craig Dixon. I'll show you Craig Dixon over at Mastering the Markets. Oh, there you go. It's the next one coming up. Tonight at 8 p.m., Craig Dixon does his fundamental analysis scan. This is part of the gold tier, the paid subscription that you have to be part of Mastering the Markets, masteringthemarkets.com. I'm doing their year-long comprehensive course, so I get access to all of it anyway because I'm already paying for the course, right? But he's the fundamental analysis guy. He takes you through all the announcements, the drilling. He's like so knowledgeable on this stuff. He said in one of the things, SVL, it's not a great one. It's not great from fundamentally, but here's the thing, and he said it, and I agree because he said it. People just love it. The public like it. And if the public like it, they just jump on it. They tend to. So it has actually underperformed recently versus like USL, Sun Silver, etc. But when it gets going, it can really get going. And the public tend to like it, even though it's fundamentally not as good as others. So I'm hawking it. Okay, so if you take a look at things like And the reason why is it has so far underperformed the others, and I think it will catch up. Take a look at Unico Silver Limited. Okay, so look at where it is within its price action. It's near all-time highs. Now that's good because it can keep going, right? Look at SS1, Sun Silver Limited. It is making new all-time highs. Okay, we take a look at now ARD and SVL. Currently, ARD's looking. Oh, that's looking juicy. Okay, I'm almost about to. I could change my tune here. ARD. We'll come back to ARD in a second. That's looking quite lovely. That could be in for a real good pump. So those are the two I've been watching, but I did take a position in SVL. Again, look at it. It's still under major resistance. Okay, and right here at roughly 37 cents. Is a huge resistance level. You can see right here, and this goes all the way back to 2014. It's never been above 37 cents. Now, with silver continuing up in Q3, Q1, Q2 of next year, quarter one or the first half of next year, I see SVL having a nice move. Okay, I've front run the breakout, and I'm taking a position now. I will get out of the position if it does stop me out. Of course, I've already got my stop in. Okay, so just out of interest, my stop, it's a very tight stop loss. I bought on the breakout here of 23 cents. My stop loss is at 19.5 cents. I'll make a small loss, but if it starts breaking back down through 19.5 cents, down in there, right, if it starts doing this, you're like, oh, hang on, that's bad. You start breaking there, you're like, well, hang on, that looks like, what's that? That's a cup, that's a handle. If that's not going to break out to the upside and it starts breaking back down below there, you're like, oh, okay, that's not good. Okay, so I'll just get out with a small loss. I'm taking it because of the break of here. I think we might do that. I'm more positive on that for SVL. And I'm riding it to about $1. So that's a pretty good move, okay? That's almost 5 times, okay? This will be over the longer term. But yeah, I think that dollar mark is looking really good, and that's a previous level of major buying there. That buying will become resistance. So watch out for $1. I don't know when it happens, right? Could it happen? Whatever. But watch out for there at $1. Okay, so I'm in now, waiting for $1, a swing trade, a longer term swing trade, and then, yeah, that's where I think it'll go to. However, I would just start looking at ARD as well. This is looking quite nice. Let me tell you the reasons why. That's the logarithmic. Yeah, I'll go on the logarithmic. We're through the zag zone. We're through a decline. So tick number 1 through the top end of that zag zone right there. Okay, good. We had a move to it. It acted roughly as support. Now it's breaking through. Remember we showed you before that like with platinum. If you start breaking through there, really good for ARD. That's also getting through this blue zone right there. See that support level? So that's tick number 2. Tick number 3 is through that decline area there. So it's breaking back out of there. And you can see all this area of resistance. So it's actually a larger area of that kind of thing there. Sorry, really detailed. If you can get out of that, you're looking really good for ARD. Okay, so watch those two, SVL and ARD. SVL, I am in at the moment with what I showed you. ARD, that's looking quite juicy. And the volume on ARD is looking quite nice as well. So that's looking pretty decent. So watch those two. Cool? Cool. All right. Oh, no, there's lots more. Okay, Osmium, BTC, Gerald fooling around, everything. Final comments that I got it. Stockholm, thank you. Stockholm Syndrome. Space Miner has Stockholm Syndrome. That's right. Need to lurk, keeping audio on, that's fine. Are you watching IVR? Yes, I am, Simon. Great question, Simon Campbell. I am watching IVR. It is on my list. And unfortunately, I was too late to the party. So let me show you that. Thank you for asking that one. That was crazy IVR. Yeah, unfortunately, I was too late to the party, and I can't get an entry now. So I wish I had have. I even plotted it out. I was going to take a a buy here at around about 8 cents, and then I put my stop below around about, actually that's a decent stop, probably that was actually not a very good stop. But yeah, I was watching it and then it got away on me. I could buy it for an investment, sure. If I were trading it, I wouldn't probably buy it to trade now short term, but as an investment, oh sure, absolutely. If you have an investor mindset, go for it, man. And Craig D says, not as good as others, likes BML. So Craig D, that fundamental guy I showed you before, it's on his list. He likes it. It's not as good as others, but it's still a good one. And yeah, it's just through its major zones as well. So right here, look at that. Through its zag zone right there, and just screaming. So it's going to break that 12-cent mark. And once it breaks that 12-cent mark, it's onwards and upwards. So looking really good. Yes. So yes, it is. Volume is really good. So this is a great thing about IVR. Take a look. You must always look at the volume. Okay. What do you notice? See that? The volume has broken resistance and made new all-time highs in the volume, okay? But what hasn't it done on the price? It hasn't broken through yet. It is suggesting, not 100%, that IVR, that the volume is leading the price action. When the volume leads, the price action, not always, but tends to follow, okay? It's saying that people are buying this thing up a lot, okay? Leading the price action. So that's really good. So I am expecting, number go up, number go down, but yeah, I'm expecting a break. It almost makes me want to buy it now. It's just from a trading perspective. It kind of feels a little bit too late. But from an investor, yeah, I'd be buying it for sure. Yes. Yep. Knowing that, with the silver market in Q3, again, first quarter, first half of next year, silver will have that longer term, short term top. It will consolidate for a bit, maybe into 2027. So we'll have that wave 4 pullback or wave 4 consolidation through time, and that would probably or potentially stagnate the miners as well. So just buying for the longer term. If you're buying for like 2020, 30 IVR, sure. Now that's an individual stock. I can't say. What is the CEO a good CEO? Is something going to happen and the individual company goes under? Sure, anything can happen. But yeah, as far as the technicals go, it looks really good. Okay, can I go now? Yep, I'm buying. Okay, we're talking about that stuff. Good. All right, ladies and gentlemen, you have watched Good Morning Stackers with me, Joe Main. Let's do a final festive synchronized slurp. We also dance it out at the end. I don't have festive theme music. I've just got my own normal one. Is that okay with you? Cool. Grab your tasty beverages. I will not go live on Thursday because Thursday's Christmas Day. You won't get a live show, on Thursday on Christmas Day. You will get the private live stream on Boxing Day over at the Silver Investor Club, my private club for new and veteran silver investors. Okay, from only $1 per month, you get a lively community of like-minded silver investors. Go on the journey with us, okay? It just goes off tap right here. Fantastic. You've got all the different subjects. Then you got the marketplace, buy, swap, and sell. You've got show and tell. You got the fun kind of section, memes and all that kind of stuff. You've got price talk, of course. And you've got the private live streams. If you go over to the calendar section, the private live stream happens every Friday morning. I may be changing that time, but at the moment we're doing Friday mornings. And weekly specials, monthly giveaways. Okay, so I just gave away 2 coins. One for the standard membership, so that's once every quarter, and then the December monthly giveaway for the premium members, $9 per month or $90 per year. Get you the premium. You really want to be a part of that. The community monthly silver giveaway. So someone won free silver. I've got to send it to them. Weekly silver bullion special, private weekly live stream on the Fridays, and much, much more. Anyway, that's the Silver Investor Club. Head over there for that live stream. Other than that, if I don't see you and speak to you before Christmas, which I won't, live at least, everyone, have an incredibly Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, whatever you're celebrating, but Merry Christmas. It's what we say here in Australia. I'll say happy holidays to everyone as well. Hope you have an amazing Christmas day with you and yours, your family. If it's just you, that's okay too, you know. Go do what you got to do. But if you're enjoying it with your family, enjoy the merriment, enjoy the food, and enjoy a festive and tasty beverage. Let's do one together. Ready? Festive synchronized slurp in 3, 2, 1, go. Oh, and we should have danced it out too. Well, let's do a second one because, ladies and gentlemen, no, you won't. Here's what you're going to get. I've just decided. For anyone still watching, yes, you are. Here's what you're going to get. You're going to get a festive, we're not going to dance it out, but we are going to listen out, okay? An interesting little song. As we synchronize slurp. Who's singing this?
Chestnuts roasting on an open fire, Jack Frost nipping at your nose.
That's me.
Yuletide carols being sung by a choir, and folks dressed up like Eskimos. Everybody knows.
Merry Christmas, everyone.
And some mistletoe.
3, 2, 1. Festive synchronized slurp.
Help to make the spirits bright.
Thanks for watching. Love your work. Stay safe. Stay informed. Keep stacking whatever you're stacking. Merry Christmas. See you soon. Have a great day.